Your morning coffee is only doing half the job it could be doing. What you are about to discover is something the supplement industry does not want widely known, because in 2023, researchers published findings that should have made front-page news everywhere. They found that when you add one specific powder to your coffee, something that costs literally 50 cents, your body's response to blood sugar changes in a way that shocked even the scientists running the study. This is not some exotic supplement from the Amazon rainforest. This is something so simple and so cheap that pharmaceutical companies cannot patent it or profit from it. And that is exactly why almost nobody knows about it. Here are 5 powders that transform ordinary coffee into something completely different, ranked from good to absolutely game-changing. Starting with number 5, raw cacao powder. Not the chocolate powder you put in milk as a kid, but raw, unprocessed cacao that contains more antioxidants than almost any food on Earth. When researchers studied what happens when you combine cacao with coffee, they found something nobody expected. The compounds in cacao actually change how your body processes caffeine. Instead of a spike and crash, you get what scientists call a sustained energy curve, meaning steady, focused energy lasting 6 to 8 hours instead of the usual 2 to 3 hour buzz, followed by an afternoon crash. Raw cacao has an antioxidant value around 55,000 per 100 grams, compared to blueberries at roughly 4,300. The flavonoids in raw cacao can cross the blood-brain barrier and stimulate production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, essentially fertilizer for your brain cells. Research published in a major neuroscience journal found that people who consumed about 20 grams of raw cacao daily for 12 weeks improved their memory scores and showed increased blood flow to the brain's memory center. Add 1 to 2 tablespoons to your coffee after letting it cool below 170 degrees Fahrenheit, since higher temperatures destroy the beneficial compounds. Number 4 is Ceylon cinnamon, and this is where things get serious because we are now talking about something that can affect your metabolic health in measurable ways. A 2020 meta-analysis reviewing data from over 1,500 people with type 2 diabetes and prediabetes found that consuming about 1 gram of cinnamon daily reduced fasting blood glucose by an average of 10 to 11 milligrams per deciliter. However, most cinnamon sold in stores is cassia cinnamon, which contains high levels of coumarin, a compound that can be toxic to your liver in large doses. Ceylon cinnamon contains up to 1,200 times less coumarin, making it far safer for daily use. A 2024 study analyzing data from 15,000 coffee drinkers found that those who consumed 3 to 5 cups daily had up to 30% lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes compared to non-coffee drinkers. Combining Ceylon cinnamon with coffee creates a powerful pairing, with research showing up to 300% better absorption of cinnamon's active compounds compared to taking cinnamon supplements alone. Add a quarter to half teaspoon directly to your coffee grounds before brewing, and time your cup 15 to 20 minutes before your first meal to maximize blood sugar stabilizing effects. Number 3 is lion's mane mushroom powder. Researchers conducted a study with older adults experiencing mild cognitive impairment and gave them lion's mane powder daily for 16 weeks. The cognitive function improvements were measurable on standardized tests, and brain scans showed increased activity and connectivity in regions that typically decline with age. Lion's mane contains compounds that appear to stimulate production of nerve growth factor, a protein that supports the growth and survival of neurons. When combined with coffee, the caffeine increases blood flow to the brain by up to 30%, potentially improving absorption of these neurosupportive compounds. A 2025 systematic review found mixed results across human trials, and quality varies enormously between products, so look for dual extracted powder specifying at least 30% polysaccharides and 15% beta-glucans. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons to your coffee after brewing and allow 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use for meaningful effects. Number 2 is creatine monohydrate, and if you think this is only for bodybuilders, prepare to change your mind. In a clinical study, vegetarians were given 5 grams of creatine daily for 6 weeks purely for brain function, not muscle building. The results showed improvements in working memory and measurable cognitive enhancements, particularly in people whose diets were low in creatine. Your brain uses 20% of your body's total energy despite being only 2% of your body weight, and creatine is the rapid energy currency your neurons use to think clearly and form memories. When combined with coffee, the caffeine increases cerebral blood flow, while the creatine helps maintain steady ATP levels, potentially reducing the energy crash some people experience from caffeine alone. Add 5 grams to your morning coffee daily and expect full benefits after 3 to 4 weeks of consistent use as your tissues gradually reach saturation. Number 1 is glycine powder, and this may be the most important addition you can make to your morning routine. Glycine is the smallest amino acid in existence, small enough to penetrate virtually every tissue in your body. It is a building block for over 100 critical processes, from producing your master antioxidant glutathione to triggering cellular cleanup and repair. Research from a major medical institution found that glycine supplementation improved vascular function, with participants showing arterial flexibility improvements after 12 weeks. Sleep research found that 3 grams of glycine before bed improved deep sleep quality and left participants feeling more refreshed. In your morning coffee, glycine provides calm mental clarity, enhances focus and learning, and simultaneously reduces the jittery effects some people get from caffeine. Uniquely among amino acids, glycine tastes slightly sweet, so it adds subtle sweetness without sugar or calories. Add 3 to 5 grams directly to your hot coffee, where it dissolves instantly, and consider an additional dose in the evening for sleep and recovery benefits. You now have 5 scientifically supported additions that can transform your ordinary cup of coffee into something that actively supports brain health, blood sugar regulation, longevity, and overall metabolic function. Start with just 1 powder tomorrow morning and build from there as your body adapts. Your morning routine will never be the same.